Hi folks, in the last session we looked at the process of setting up a sequence uh, using two scenes, okay, and then transition between them. Okay, in the previous scene the camera was not animated, okay, but as an addendum to the last session I'm gonna demonstrate okay, the process of animating the camera. Okay, one way of animating the camera. Okay, so it'll be a nice review. Okay, and on top of that I'll be also showing you few more features. Okay, for example, let's go to scene one, and in the scene one you'll notice there's animation on the camera. So let me play it. Okay, as you can see with the camera selected, okay, I mean with the cube selected, in the timeline you will not see any keyframes. Okay, but with the camera selected you'll notice keyframes as yellow marks over here. Okay, so let's switch to the user perspective view. So you'll notice there's this camera, and as I run through the timeline you can see its motion. But what you can also see is the motion paths. Okay, so how do you display these motion paths? So for that let's go to the object properties context, and then you'll notice I have calculated the motion paths. Okay, let me remove them. Okay, so the motion paths are gone. So if I click calculate, okay, there you go, you can see the motion paths. Okay, so, so if I switch to around the frame, you'll notice the motion paths are displayed partially around the frame. Okay, so 10 frames before and 10 frames after. So I can reduce this over here. So this is one way of checking out the motion paths and in range. Okay, on top of that the keyframes are displayed. Okay, so keyframe at 1 7 14 and 22, and you can also toggle the keyframe numbers. On top of that you can also display all the frame numbers. Okay, so you can also access this from the view tool shelf. Okay, if you go down you'll notice clear paths and calculate paths. Okay, cool. So how did I animate the camera movement? Okay, it was like this. First let me remove the camera motion. Okay, so for that I'll switch to the graph editor. Okay, I'll select all the keys. Okay, I'm using the A key to toggle selection. Okay, and then just delete them. Okay, so just delete these things. Okay, so X to bring up the delete keyframes menu. Okay, and I'll also clear the paths. Okay, now let me quickly switch to the camera view. Okay, and back. So this is how I'm going to animate the camera. Okay, I'll switch back to median point. Okay, be at frame number 1. Move the camera back. Okay, uh, switch to the camera. Alright, so let me just move the camera a little. Okay, so press I key to bring up the insert keyframe menu, and add location and rotation. Okay, so you'll notice in the timeline there's a yellow mark added. Okay, I'm also enabling the auto keyframe insertion mode. Okay, now I'll just go to some other frame, and I've switched to the orientation to local. Okay, and then move the camera a little. So you'll notice a keyframe added. Okay, let's calculate the paths. Okay, cool. So let's go forward and move it. So as you can see, the paths are being added dynamically. Okay, updated dynamically. Okay, so switch to the camera and just check the animation out. Okay, I can also, in being inside the camera view, okay, I'm pressing the G key so that I'm in the translate mode, and then move the camera down. Okay, frame 24. Now press the G key and press the Z key. Okay, and then press the Z key again so that I can move in the local Z axis. Okay, so that's my camera motion. Okay, so that's how I've added the camera motion like this. Okay, cool. So that's one way of adding camera motion. Now in scene number 2, I did something different. Okay, you can see the camera is moving around the scene. Okay, so let me just delete the keys. Okay, and delete the paths. Switch to the camera mode. Okay, now I'm going to keyframe this camera looking through the camera. Okay, but by using different pivot mode. Okay, so I've pressed shift C to move the 3D cursor to the world origin. Okay, shift C, switch to the camera mode, and then a pivot point around the 3D cursor. So any transformations on the camera will be around the 3D cursor. Okay, so again enable auto keyframe and insert keyframes at frame number 1, location and rotation, and then go to some other frame. Okay, and now I'm going to press the R key, okay, for rotation. Okay, I want to rotate around the global Z axis, so press the Z key. So now if I move the mouse, you can see the camera is rotating. Okay, so there you go. Again, this may not be the best way, but one of the ways that you can keyframe. Okay, so there you go, and I'll calculate the paths again so that you can see them over here. Okay, switch back to the camera mode and go to some other frame, and then R Z Z, oh, R Z. Okay, and like this. Okay, so we have a curvilinear motion. Okay, anyway, so this is the second way of keyframing camera. So that's what I've done. Okay, and once you switch back to the edit scene and the sequence editor, you'll notice everything you know gets updated. Okay, everything gets updated accordingly. Okay, so that's the basic idea. Okay, so that's about this setup. Okay, and now in the next tutorial I'm going to show you how to split scene 1 and scene 2 into different blend files. Okay, and then in another blend file link these two scenes together. Okay, and create something like this. Cool.